Hi, my name is Sean McGinnis, and my article is about Colombian freedom in hip hop. So the summary of my article is about Don Papa, who is a musician in Colombia who has been making music since he was 13. He sponsors workshops where poor kids can learn to dance, rap, and how to become disc jockeys. Don Papa makes music about real stuff like feeling like having no future, seeing family members get killed, and traumatic stuff that other people can relate to. Don Pablo created a clothing company to give Colombian kids their own identity and jobs to Colombians. Thoughts and reflection during the article. Well, I learned that to Colombians, hip hop isn't a style of music, but a way of life and a way to express themselves. Don Pablo uses his platform to give Colombian kids someone to look up to and relate to with what he says in his lyrics. Don Pablo turned down an offer to produce his clothing in a big factory because he wanted to have his clothing still made by Colombians in a smaller factory so that they have jobs. And Don Pablo wants a better way of life for kids growing up and tries to give the children that through music in his workshops. Other related articles is one I found is Colombian rapper Shahira. Can you imagine a society in which women have no voice? And in the article, it stated that many artists may talk about bitches, drugs, and violence, and that's fine for them, but it's not for me, especially given the history of violence and conflict in my country. It also states many women, as with many men in hip hop, come from poor communities, not just in Medellin, but in Colombia's capital, Bogota, and other cities like Cali. And it states, I want the world to pay more attention to the poverty because the rich downtown doesn't need more publicity, it has enough. And this relates to my article because just like Don Papo, other Colombian artists come from poverty and want to give the children lyrics that they can relate to, but also show them that there is a way out of poverty. Another related article is hip hop in Colombia, and that's in the article it states the government is corrupt and spineless. The left wing guerrillas are power hungry and the right wing paramilitaries are murderous. The people have had enough. That's why we rap. Colombian rappers are the children of peasants forced into the cities by the Civil War. Money is made on the streets. For many of them, the stories are their only possession. And this relates to my article because, again, it talks about how Colombian artists come from poverty, just like how it mentioned that Don Papo grew up in a poverty and he had the tragedy of his dad being killed when he was very young. So he mentions that in his raps, along with other things about poverty and things that the children can relate to. So just like in this article, it says that's why we rap. Everyone from Colombia, all the artists, they have a reason to rap because they want to spread the message of who they are and why they're doing this to help the kids and show them that there's a way out of it. And then questions I have is does music in the United States give the same inspiration to the kids as Colombian music does? And are an American artist doing enough for the kids and communities as Don Papo is, like making clubs and job opportunities for Colombians? And then these are the links to my article.